Good morning to all. I welcome you all to this didactic program, Thirukkuralodu Naam, attending in fact with a noble desire to reach the seat of grace in life by practicing the ethical values of Thiruvalluvara.
Couplet number 476, chapter The Knowledge of Power. There was a doubt in the mind of Sudamani Pandya of Madurai kingdom whether the hair of women emanates fragrance naturally or not. He further declared that those who clear his doubt through a poem would be rewarded with 1,000 gold coins. Several poets wrote poems and nothing cleared the king's doubt. A poverty-ridden poet, Dharmi, devotee of Lord Shiva, came to the court of Pandya king with a poem written by Lord Shiva himself, which ran as Konguder Valkai Anjirai Tumbi. The poem revealed a fact that the hair of the women had natural fragrance. The king felt happy and rewarded the poor poet with 1,000 gold coins. But the chief poet in the king's courtship, by name Nakiran, objected to the king's order, saying that there was a mistake in the poem. The poor poet returned empty-handed from the court. Lord Shiva descended and came to the palace in the guise of the poor poet and took up a challenge by calling the person who refused to reward Dharumi, citing a mistake in it. Chief poet Nakiran voluntarily appeared before the poet and told him that it was he who found a mistake, objected to the reward, and when the Lord in the guise of poet asked to point out the mistake in the song, chief poet told him that the hair of the women was not naturally fragrant and the fragrance was unnatural. When the Lord posed the question whether it was applicable to women with chastity, the chief poet replied that the same was true even for goddess. When the Lord asked the chief poet whether it was true for Uma Devi, who was being worshipped daily by him, Nakiran replied the same thing. After this, the Lord did not want to prolong the issue and that he wanted to warn Nakiran not to continue his objections, so he opened his third eye. As Nakiran was known for his poetic skill and enjoyed the high respects of all in the palace, he thundered that even though the Lord opened his third eye, mistake was a mistake. Thus, he crossed the limit of patience of the Lord. The Lord looked at Nakiran with more anger. He was totally burnt and made into ashes. This reveals that anyone who crosses the limitation beyond a point will face an uphill task of danger and cannot protect himself by any means. Our Saint Tamil poet Thiruvalluvara discusses this in his Thirukkural as follows. Nunikkombar yerinar agdirandookin uyir kirudi agividum. I recite. Nunikkombar yerinar agdirandookin uyir kirudi agividum. Trespassing beyond a boundary brings trouble. Restricting within a boundary brings pleasure. Thank you very much indeed. Nandri, Vanakkam.